Okay.
We are ready.
Ready?
Yes.
Good.
Best wishes.
Right. Thank you so much. Another day. This is another day that the Lord has made. We will continue to rejoice and be glad in it. That's from the Bible. So I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Pius Pandey, for this great platform. Thank you so much, Dr. Inga, for organizing and saving up this time to make it happen for me to teach this afternoon. I also want to say thank you so much for all the great team of IIU. Thank you so much. I feel fulfilled, or I'm fulfilling my purpose by sharing my inspirational nuggets of wisdom. I might not be a teacher, but I'm an inspirational speaker, mentor, and author of greatness. So that is why I appreciate this platform and the great opportunity given to me. So thank you so much. I wish I can be sharing my flat now. Okay. Right. Here we are today about the great topic on relationship. Wow. If you missed it yesterday, you can share it or you can play the video again and again. It's available on and Facebook and YouTube. Right. I would like the screen to be more audible. I would like myself to be audible. So if you can, Dr. Inga, can you please make sure I'm highlighted?
Yes, this is
Because I can see only your name. Myself is not being shown on the platform. Okay, so that they need to see who is speaking to them this afternoon or this morning. Right, let's go for it. I started a journey with you yesterday on Relationship Matters series. Yesterday, we spoke about communication in love and relationship. Today, we want to talk about solution of one of the issues in relationship. And today we're talking about conflicts, resolution in relationship. How do we cope? How do we handle conflicts in relationship? And let me just quickly let you know that, yes, tomorrow also is going to be a wonderful day as we round up this relationship matter. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about balance, how to balance your work, your career, your professions in relationship, because it's very important. But before I go any further, this is Dr. Elizabeth Lucas, a bachelor degree in business and management at University of Northampton, UK, founder and director of Yes You Can International, YYC Academy, YYC ILM, YYC Publication, YYC Transformational Leadership Conference, Elizabeth Creation, Talkmess Limited. I'm also an author of greatness, an award-winning author of book called Yes, You Can. And you can see all my books. If you're interested, you can grab your copy from www.amazon.co.uk or amazon.com and other platforms as well. Right. But before I go any further, I would like to appreciate our wonderful, great leader in the society. I want to appreciate Sir Piyush Pandit, the founder and CEO of International Intensive University, where I have been given opportunity to share my inspirational nugget of wisdom. I also want to express my gratitude to all our great leaders, our great executive, the educationalists, and also the ambassadors, the secretaries, and organizers. But before I go any further, I will also need to acknowledge some of my dear friends at IIU. I want to acknowledge the presence of Professor Nada from Croatia, the Vice Chancellor of the co-founder of IIU. I also want to acknowledge Dr. Inga from Georgia, the Vice Chancellor of Europe, IIU. I also want to appreciate my own personal mentor, Professor Charles Ibuara, the Vice Chancellor of IIU Africa, and also the head of African Continental of IIU. So I appreciate you all. I also want to appreciate Amina, the one that is working also behind the scene. We have great, great leaders, great team. And I want to appreciate you all. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. Once again, thank you, Sir Piyush Pandit, for the visionary of IIU and for giving every one of us the platform to learn, to share, and to grow together and impart into this world. Thank you, sir. I also want to seize this opportunity to express my gratitude to all our learners, our change makers, our participants, and our great leaders in the world for sparing your few time this morning or this afternoon to listen to Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu and to learn from our inspirational nugget of wisdom. Okay, before I also go any further, let me just tell you quickly about International Intensive University. I, as a person, am proud to be part and member of International Intensive University as the honorary professor and as a counselor and a change maker. That's my new name now, change maker in IIU. International Intensive University is a leading virtual education system, global brand confederation, which is the most valuable, trusted worldwide, well-reputed in delivering innovative programs globally. It is a trusted name for quality training program and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young learners of the globe. Something else they haven't added to this is, believe it or not, it is free. So IIU deliver quality and also make it available to all our young learners. So we all need to say thank you, sir. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in more than 195 countries and 6 continents, where I happen to know the leaders of Europe and also Africa. Under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds, free of charge. So, I just want to say thank you so much. Why am I discussing on this platform for you on relationship? Without relationship, we cannot progress in life. Without relationship, we cannot impart into this world. No one is an island, and a tree cannot be a forest. So if you want to succeed in life, you need to build a relationship. And that is why it is so important that I make myself available to be spreading the good news of relationship. Yesterday, I talked about different kinds of relationship: family relationship, professional relationship, relationship within the friends, and other relationship. I even extended it to pet relationship and interracial relationship. If you have missed yesterday, I will encourage you to check it out on our video on IIU platform, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. Now we need to progress today, because I still have a lot in me to share with you. Love is the greatest. The Love That We Lost is the book that I personally written. It's available at Amazon. And that brings questions and answers to any questions you want to ask about reconnect and rebuild your relationship. You can agree with me that so many things can go wrong in relationship, but we can still reconnect, we can still build, and we can still enjoy relationship. Love is the greatest, but the platform to exhibit love is the platform of relationship. If I don't have relationship with the founder of this organization, I might not be given this opportunity to share on this platform. So relationship is powerful in every forms of life. So let's move on. Also, I would like to say something. This is our key points in life. 4 things that are missing in love and relationship. Ignorance. And that is why we are trying to solve that problem of ignorance by sharing this event all over the world, sharing my wisdom, my knowledge, my experience on this platform of IIU. I don't know all the answers. You that are sitting down there watching me at your own closed space, you also have some answers. So when we learn together, grow together, and share together, then we'll be able to make an impact. Relationship is building family. If the family is right, the whole world will be right. So ignorance is one of the things missing in love and relationship. Lack of understanding. Yes, one of the key points of relationship is understanding, communication. So if you have lack of it, then there will be conflict, there will be chaos, there will be misunderstanding, and then there won't be peace, because understanding will bring peace. Lack of vision. People don't know who they are. They don't know their purpose. They don't know what they want to do. But if they can set up a vision for their life, just as the way our visionary of IIU have set it up, and all of us are enjoying it, we can also set a vision for others to enjoy. Then, unknown of our identity, of who we are and our purpose. If you haven't heard this program, Who Am I program, you need to ask information about it and join us in the next one, led by Honorable Emina from IIU team. So please, it's a good program for you to come together, learn together. So before we move any further, I also have a moment of truth, which I'm going to put my slides down first and then go to my, just to share from my heart the moment of truth. The only way to live happily, peacefully, and harmony with one another in this world is for everyone to admit it, that we are all different and we are all not perfect. We are all can make mistakes, and we are all have the ability to choose our tradition, religion, way to serve God, the universe, and culture, and still respect one another. We all have the ability to choose. Better understanding brings peace and unity and love. Agape, or self-love spirit, it is a selfless, unconditional love that we all need to practice in our lives. It is a spiritual love, a boundless compassion love that is without desiring or expecting or regardless of the flaws and shortcut them. This love can be classified as intuition, divine truth, and love that accepts forgiveness and believes for our greater good. If you want to know more about it, I will refer you to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, where it talks about the principles of love. But let's move on in this platform. I hope I get the scripture right. The components of love are intimacy, passion, compassion, commitment, caring. In the midst of storms, crises, adversities, challenges, and conditions beyond our control. Love is paramount, and love will bring peace, harmony, and unity. So love protects the future, saves lives, and unifies people. I also want to say this. Do you know that sometimes our life is full of assumption, especially when we are trying to maintain relationship? And sometimes all our assumptions sometimes can lead to destruction, can lead to disagreement, and can also lead to conflicts in relationship. Let me tell you quickly about few of them. We assume too much that it is bed of roses. I'm talking about love now, or relationship. We assume too much that marriage is about supremacy, superiority, sexuality, and dominion. We assume that the other half will meet all our expectations. You know, some of us, we have expectations, high expectations, and we're assuming that our partner or our friends or anybody can meet all our expectations. We also assume that we are either perfect or our spouse or our friends are perfect. It's an assumption. And that is where we got it all wrong. No one is perfect. We are getting better every day. We also assume that someone's only purpose of marriage is only to fulfill intimacy, make babies, take care of the children and kitchen, domestic, and that leads to insecurity, threats, jealousy, blaming, condemning, and envy. Too bad. We also assume that we can change the other person or our spouse when we get married. Let me also tell you this, you cannot change anybody. The only person that you can change is you. The only thing is, if you change yourself, it might reflect your environment, your people around you, and things that's around you. But you cannot change anyone. We also assume that our marriage will be like our parents or our friends or those people we see outside. We also assume that we don't have a choice, and it is our duty to love and suffer in silence for the sake of religion, tradition, society, children. What will people say? We are afraid to do anything because of what will people say. And finally, financial security, and all of us are guilty for this. We got stuck with emotional blackmail. We all are either guilty or victim of all these things, all these assumptions. We some are still suffering at the moment and pretend all is well, or afraid to speak out, or don't know what to do. And that is where it escalates to problem and crisis. The danger thing is when you have to keep quiet and pleases everybody, and the situation escalated and leads to violence, suicidal, mental health, abuse, and death. That is really dangerous. And that is why we need to keep speaking about it. But the truth is, we all have a choice and right to make decisions for our lives and get better and better of how it works. However, majority don't know themselves. And that's why they put themselves down. That's why they want to please everybody. And that's why they are looking for approval. They don't know their purpose. And they don't know their right as a man and as a woman. We misquoted and misjudged and misunderstood what love, relationship, marriage, and family is all about. Another thing I would like to say as well as the truth, moment of truth, is imperfection principles. In life, no one is perfect. No individual, no family, or any relationship of any kind is perfect. We are all different and from different backgrounds. We cannot change anybody, but we can change ourselves for better. This is why I have chosen to use imperfect principles in what I am doing, because these are challenges people face in any relationship that needs solutions. So, and I have set personally goals and plans, reasonable strategy for how to overcome anger, how to forgive and be free from bitterness, how to overcome fear, how to manage emotions, how to communicate, how to relate with spouse, children, friends, relations, colleagues, business partners, customers, and how to love again, how to build trust, how you'll be able to trust again, and how to keep safe in a relationship and not to suffer in silence. So let's come back to my slide. So that is the moment of the truth. And like I said earlier, let me put it in. 4 things that are missing in love and relationship. And that is why I shared the moment of truth with you. Ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown. Because lack of vision is you don't know where you are going. That's the fact. You don't know where you are going. You have no goals, no mission, no vision, no dreams. So that is why that one is missing in love and in relationship. And then unknown of your identity. Because if you don't know who you are, then you will seek for something else. You will seek for approval. You will seek to please people. And even you will feel insecure yourself and treating others badly. Love requires listening to one another, overcome together, value one another, and enjoy together. That is LOVE. Listening, overcome, value, and enjoy, by Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu. Mother Teresa said, and I quote, "Let us always meet each other with smile, for the smile is the beginning of love." Now you know my secret of my smiling. It's an energy. It gives me joy. It energizes me. I smile everywhere I go. Not that I don't face problems, but I don't allow the problem or challenges to overcome me. I need to overcome it and rise above every situation. Smiling is a medicine to everyone. Smiling is a connector to others. So let us always beat each other with smile. For smile is the beginning of love by Mother Teresa. Okay. So to make a change, knowledge is required. So if we want to talk about how we can resolve conflicts, knowledge is required. And to fulfill in life, wisdom is needed. Wisdom is the principal thing. And in all our getting, we get understanding just from the Bible. Also, it says that peace that carries in our heart will be drawn from understanding. So when we get understanding, then there will be peace. So let's move on. So what is peace? Before we can talk about the conflict resolution in relationship, peace is what we all talking about. Peace is what the United Nations are empowering. Peace is what we need within ourselves, in our family, in our society, in our community, in our nation, and even in all the world. In the world, peace is needed. Or is it possible to have peace? Oh, yes. And that's why we need to get a better understanding. So if we are talking about conflicts, we also need to talk about peace. Peace is the freedom from anxiety, disturbances, trouble, violence, war, fighting. Peace is a stress-free state of security and calmness and harmony. So when we talk of peace, it means wholeness, calmness, friendly, harmony, fulfillment, security, and well-being. So it is very important while we're talking about conflicts, resolution in relationship, we also need to talk about peace. Peace can either be enforced by justice, by law, regulations. Governments are free choice by people wanting to live together. So you see how powerful and how important peace is. So let's go further. In every challenges of life, there is always a way out. Just want you to know that. In every situation of life, there is always a way out. In every problem, there is a solution. And you that is watching me and listening to me, might be the solution to somebody's problem. You might be carrying the answer to somebody's questions. You might be the aid to somebody's situation. You can be the person that will help others to change their situation around. And you are working as a person sent by God to bring solution, bring answer, bring joy, bring peace to the nation. So it is very important that we know that challenges will come our way, but there is a solution for every challenges. So the question is, how can we experience this peace? And still coming back to conflicts resolution in relationship, but this is also part of what we need to know. Firstly, it has to start from within you, me, from individual, and to experience inner peace and enjoy life. Without that, we cannot progress in promoting peace. In fact, peace is the final result or end result of solving conflict resolution. Let me quickly share with you how to experience inner peace. Number one, and I've said it and I'll continue saying it, know who you are. If you want to know who you are, seek for help. You can come to IU. We will teach you how to know who you are. And like I said earlier on, we have a program called Who I Am. So you can share with us or you can learn from us. So know who you are. Know your purpose, because you are being empowered already by God, the universe. You have the gift in you. That is why the scripture says the gift in you will make room for you. So what the Bible says is true. So we are created with a gift. We are all created, packaged with a gift and talents. So you have the gifts in you. One of my great mentors, the greatest motivational speaker in the world, Les Brown, and others leaders keep saying the richest place in the world is cemetery. Why? Because people died with their gifts being not known or not discovered and not developed. People die with full of wisdom and knowledge and experience that needed to share to the world. People die of richness, of love, of relationship, of knowledge, of wisdom, of resources, and being buried in the cemetery. So no wonder they said that the richest place in the world is not America, it's not UK, it's not Africa. It is in the cemetery. So while we are still alive, we have given a second chance to do what is necessary. Reach out to your innermost. Know your gift. Know who you are. Know your purpose and demonstrate your gift. Because you know what? It will make room for you. So, also, focus on those things you can do. Sometimes we are caught off focusing on so many things, even the one we can't do. And now you know the reason why we are frustrated. Because we want to do everything. See this person doing this, we want to do it. See that person working hard, we want to grab what he has. Focus. You cannot change the world, but you can change and develop yourself. Work on yourself. Self-love, self-care, self-actualization. Work on yourself. And guess what? People can see through you. So if you work on yourself, you don't need to tell anybody. You don't need to force anybody. You don't need to change anybody. But who you are will reflect and inspire and influence others. So focus on yourself. Focus on what you can do. You can't do it all. Like I said, I cannot win the whole world. I cannot change the whole world. I cannot fulfill all the other people's life. I cannot solve all the problems in this world. But the little I can do, I focus. Be true to yourself and be mindful of what you eat where, say to yourself and to others. Very important if we are going far. So in a nutshell, we need to work on ourselves. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you work on yourself, then you can demonstrate or do, you can demonstrate who you are to the world, to help somebody, to support somebody, to solve the problem of somebody somewhere. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself, but know your limit and when to say no. You can't say yes to everything. Every doors will be opening. Opportunities will come. Some of them you don't need it according to your purpose. You don't need it. Some of them you need to grab it because life is about fulfilling your purpose on earth. Self-care matters. Meditate on those positive words. So when you prepare yourself, so when these conflicts rise, you will be able to rise above it and see where to deal with it. Being kind requires determination, courage, and better understanding. So these are the ways to experience peace in our lives and with others. Also, better understanding of yourself will enhance your understanding of other things. Peace that passes all understanding will garrison your heart, just as the Bible says. Learn and practice forgiveness. All these things I'm saying will still come up later. So in case you were not here to listen to the rest, and that is why I'm just giving you these points now. Forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Be grateful. A heart of thankful will make your tank to be full. Be grateful. Love is the result of peace. Like I said right from the beginning, you cannot omit that L-O-V-E. It's the greatest. If you want to work with people, love is needed. If you want to work with your relationship, love is needed. If you want to build your relationship with others, love is needed. So love is the result of peace. If you can follow the principles of love, then you will reduce all this chaotic going on in the whole world. If you love yourself and love others and love your God, then you won't be contributing to the violence and abuse and everything going on there. So love is the result of peace. And we can only unite and have peace when we love one another. You need to love your family, love your spouse, love your children, love your wife. Love is powerful. Love covers. Love protects. Love unites. It improves relationship to connection. So to have peace is to change ourselves first, our character, our behavior, our attitude, our actions towards others, and humble and willing to learn and to respect others. These are all the ways I know. You might come up with others, and I want you to be typing it on the chat box, because as you are learning from me, others as well will like to learn from you. So feel free to type your own opinion about how we can experience the peace in our lives, in our family, in our society, and even in the nation. Carl Belcher stated, and I quote, "They may forget what you've said, but they will not forget how you make them feel." Excuse me. how you make others feel, how you make them feel comfortable is very, very important. George Harrison said, with love, we can serve and save the world. Just like what I've been talking about. You can save the world with love. You can serve and save the world. It's very important. So let's move on. We want to talk about conflict resolution in relationship. But let's talk about what are the issues? What are the issues in relationship? Because there's so many issues. So what are the issues that we need to work on and get better, that we need to tackle and find solutions to it? What are the issues? Lack of communication. Communication is the heart of a relationship. Very, very important. But if we don't know the way to communicate, how to communicate, when to communicate, what to communicate, then there's a problem there. Some people talk lavishly. Some people just talk people down. Some people gossip. Some people just talk, they don't have any good thing to say about others. They're just looking at the weakness of that person and then spread it to the whole world. Still part of communication. Some people will just talk rudely. No respect. Well, some people don't even know what to do or what to say at the right time. So if we are going to build relationship, we need a very good communication. Communication in two ways. It could be writing and it could be verbal. In fact, sometimes what you are saying can be different from your reaction. So you need to be mindful of that. Because if you are saying to somebody, you love that person, and in your thoughts, all what is in your thought is how to abuse that person, you can see that it doesn't correlate at all. You want to help somebody to move, to progress in life, and you are charging them the money they cannot afford to pay, the money they have to borrow, or they have to go at every length, and you want to help them. How do you help such people? So we need to be mindful of what we say. Let what we say relate to who we are and our action. Body language. Like me, when I'm talking once in a while, I just smile. Because I believe in what I'm saying. I don't know it all, but I'm smiling. Because I'm also learning. So lack of communication is very important in relationship. That is why we can misjudge, we can misunderstand, we can argue. There's so many things. So communication is the heart of a relationship. So we need to keep on talking about it until we improve. We need to keep on sharing it to the whole world until we get better. Communication between the family, within the family, in the workplace, with our customers, clients, patients, with our colleagues, our friends, our neighbors, is so important. And it's an issue that we need to tackle. Even when we are talking about conflict resolution, we cannot really omit communication. So lack of communication, lack of understanding or misunderstanding or absorption. Remember, when I started with what we are all assume. Absorption can kill and destroy. So lack of understanding. So we have to find a way to improve that side. Because without understanding, we cannot have peace. I need to understand you. You need to understand me. I need to understand your stand. I need to appreciate your differences. I need to look beyond what I know or I see. One of the issues as well is conflict that we're trying to deal with. You can see, we talk about the communication, we talk about the issues, we're also talking about the conflicts. Inferiority and superiority complex. That is so common. Some people think they have all the power, and sometimes they abuse the authority and the position they find themselves. Some people think that they have the superiority above. No, we are all equals in the face of God. He created man and he created woman. He knows that one cannot be alone. Wow. I hope I'm still on. Okay, so let's continue. So he knows that no one can be alone. And then unforgiveness. Oh my God, that leads to so many things. Bitterness. Unforgiveness leads you to bitterness, disease. Then hatred, provocation, no respect, long-term stress, domestic violence, jealousy. So these are the issues that we need to be covering in relationship. And I am ready, as long as I live, to continue to share what I know and also to learn from others about how to improve, how to get better, and how to make my own relationship with others, to keep it, to maintain it, and to make it better. So this is second one. The second second slide, and still continue with issues in relationship. Lack of trust, unlove, cross-cultural, tradition, betrayal, lack of responsibility, unrealistic expectations, addiction, lack of support, manipulation. Oh my God, yes, that is so common. Control and dominance, personal disappointment, depression, different opinions on how to discipline even children. We all have different opinions. But if we don't come to agreement, we will continue to argue. Pride, traumatic, life stages, because there is stages of life from toddler to when you get older. So if you don't understand that, it will be a battle. So we need to understand and learn more about all these issues. That is why it's given us a chance to learn together and share core values and beliefs, differences, diversity and equal opportunity, assessment, harassment, I think that is harassment, that. Then bullying is part of it, the issue that we need to solve in the world. Sexual problems, incompatible, changes in priorities, time, space, and individual growth. even lying to one another, not being honest, deception, poor management of difference between partners, poor management of differences between partners. That is what I said right from the beginning. Ignorance is a big problem. All these things, all these issues, we need to know about them. It's what you know that will help you to become better. I'm learning too, because I'm not perfect. I still make a lot of mistakes. I said yesterday, if you can remember, I said, if what I know now, I knew it 30 years, 40 years ago, maybe things could have been more better. But still, we make mistakes to gain experience. We make mistakes to get better. We make mistakes to rise above some circumstances. Mistakes is an eye-opener, especially in building relationship. Let's move on. Okay, now we are moving to the serious matter now, because our topic today is conflict resolution. So, we have types of conflicts: money issues, infidelity, parenting decision, personal values and beliefs, sex and intimacy, friends and family members' influence. These are the conflicts, types of conflicts in our relationship. We argued about money. I've not seen many people not talk about money in their relationship. Even money issue breaks relationship. And when we're talking about relationship, it's not only the relationship of husband and wife. Money is a big problem. Yes, we need it, but it has been a big problem breaking relationships, even professional ones. Because if they are not honest to themselves, then there will be problem. And then they argue about it. Money issues. Then infidelity. Oh my God. I mean, it depends on what you believe. But what I believe, one man is one woman. You don't marry and then looking for somebody else to sleep with. You have to be content with the wife you say you do right from the beginning. Because why do you promise the whole world that you're going to marry this person, love and care? Probably you've noticed some issues, and instead of you to deal with it, you start chasing other things out. Whereas you can solve your infidelity problem. It takes discipline and determination. No excuse for infidelity in a marriage. No excuse at all. If it is big problem, then you are the one that make it big. There's no problem in the whole world that has not been there for years. But if you determine yourself that I'm not going to go that line, I'm going to enjoy my purity, my intimacy with the woman or the man I love. It takes discipline. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can change you. You have to determine yourself. So it's very important. And these are the things that causes conflicts in a relationship. Then parenting decision, family, husband and wife, daddy and mommy. It takes two to think. We need to agree together to raise these wonderful, lovely, caring children that God has given to us. We need to have one voice. When our opinion is different, then we cause confusion in the midst of the children. And they are confused. They don't know who to listen to, either their dad or their mom. And then when they see that they are confused, they don't know what to say, what to do, what to listen to, then they will go out there. Unfortunately, somebody out there might, not all of them, some might mislead them or misguide them. So charity begins at home. So let's unite together. That child is a gift from God to bless your union together. So we need to join hands together, unite together to train our children and make good quality decisions for them. That's another conflict in the family. Arguments, serious one. I experienced it too, so I am not, I'm not out of it. Because sometimes we want to think that we know it. Or sometimes probably we are playing game or competitive spirit, which is not supposed to be in the family. I say it right. Oh, I am right. Or you are wrong. Or listen to mommy. Or listen to me. All these things are just game, and it destroys the family. So parenting decision is very important. That we have to find the ways to compromise. We have to find a way to agree together. No wonder the Bible says when two people shall agree in touching one thing, and the best people that can agree together is husband and wife. The best. That is why you see that their faith, there's a lot of confusion in the relationship. That is why you see a lot of traumatic in relationship. That is why there is so many problems around relationship, especially marriage and family. It's because of some of these conflicts. But we can change it around and we can make a difference. Personal values and beliefs. My values might be different from my husband's values. My beliefs might be different because we are all human beings. But there will be a place where we reach an agreement, not imposing it to one another, but reach an agreement. I might believe something else. My husband might believe in something else. But then there will be a place where we can reach an agreement. That is where time and patience is all about. We need to be patient with one another. We need to have time with one another. Give space, give time. And we also need to understand and gain understanding. So like I've said before, sex and intimacy also can be a problem. And that one, sometimes we shy away from it. Sometimes we shy away from it, and then other people, we misquoted it. Sex and intimacy. Huh? But we can talk about it. We can reach an agreement around it. Everybody's got their own challenges. I always say something. These clothes we are wearing covers so many things. There's so many things inside these clothes. But there is a solution. We just need to seek for the solution and make our relationship better. The same thing also I would like to say with sex and intimacy. have to be within a marriage, not outside the marriage. Save yourself, save your mind, save your body. You don't have to exchange it for anything. I'm talking about our young ones. If anybody coming to you and say, I love you, let's have sex. No, that's not love. That's lust. Then friends and family members. The influence of the family, find yourself. The influence of friends. That's where you need to apply wisdom. Not everything they said to you, that is true. Some friends will say, in our home, we don't touch this, we don't do this. No, it might not be true. But then if you bring that to your own home, you are destroying your life, destroying your family, destroying your relationship. What is good for them might not be good for you. What is good for you might not be good for them. Everybody has a way of building their home, building their relationship and their love. That's where wisdom comes in. And it's also type of the conflicts that always is one of the things that we argue and we talk about and argue about it seriously. So conflicts in relationship as well, disagreement. Yes, you can disagree, but at the same time, you can come up with a solution from your disagreement. Yes, my love, I don't agree with this thing. Give reasons. Don't just say, I don't love it, and that is it, final. I'm also talking to me in this area. Give ways for reasons. Then argument. We argue a lot. Argument will not solve any problem. Instead, it damages the relationship. It damages the trust. It damages the harmony in the house. Yes, you can express your opinion. Yes, you can accept other people's opinion based on what you want to do or what you believe. Yes, you can embrace others. You can encourage or you can welcome other people's opinion. And yes, you can argue it in a polite, sensibly, respectful way. Our expectation is too high, and sometimes it causes conflicts in relationship. I said it earlier on with our assumption. We are expecting too high from people, and that's where the disappointments always come. I've said it, communication, lack of understanding, assumption, even judgmental. Who gave us the power to judge other people? Even the Bible says, judge not. You can correct them if you have the opportunity. Even with that, you have to correct in love and meekness. But we cannot judge because we are not God. We don't have that power. Criticism, yes. Full of criticizing people. They are not good. Have you checked your own life first before you start criticizing them? Because it might be you are feeling insecure, and that is why you are criticizing them. But if they are like me, I will turn your criticism to an opportunity for me to grow and get better. I will turn it to my own advantage. So keep criticizing me while I'm developing myself. Disrespect is also common in conflicts. We don't respect one another. We don't respect our neighbors, our friends, our colleagues, even co-leaders. Then wrong perspective. How do you see people? see them wrongly. You've concluded that they are not good. You've discriminated them already in your own mind. You see them as if they are not going anywhere. So wrong perspective about people. But like I've always said, it depends on you. How you see yourself is the way you will see others. So if you see yourself as unique, then you will see others as well as unique. So how you see yourself matters. Negative thoughts and mindset. Wrong and fixed mindset is also part of it. Not listening. Wow. We just want to be talking a whole day for everybody to listen to us. But have you forgotten something? If you care to listen to people, people will listen to you. The same things in our marriage, the same things in our family. When you learn to listen, then people will listen to you. Our children, we allow them to express themselves. We create time to listen to them. Our spouse, we create time together. We don't listen, and at the same time, we have our own agenda in our mind. So they haven't finished speaking, you've already created your own. No, that's not the way to build this relationship. It causes problem because you are saying to the other person that what you want to say is not matter. And that is a big problem because it can shut down one of you not to express their minds, not to express themselves. It can shut that down. And where the communication is not flowing, it's a big problem. It is a big problem. Then talking at the wrong, so when you are speaking or talking, you say it in with the right language. Your expression, your body language, the tone you are using, the words you have to be careful. And then know the right time. So that's part of the conflicts as well. Saying what you want to say at the wrong time. Maybe you are too upset, you are hungry, and you are placing your emotion more than what you are saying. It's part of the problem. Impatient, we are not patient for one another, and we want things to get done. We are not patient for one another, and we want it to happen overnight. We are not patient for one another. Lack of wisdom, experience, and knowledge. These are all the conflicts that we need to solve in relationship. These are the things that's causing arguments. Then boundary. Sometimes we are loose. We don't know our boundary. We don't know our boundary. We are not creating barrier. We are also creating barrier. We need to balance between boundary and barrier. And it's very important. We want us to continue to build and also to solve the problem of conflicts in the relationship. These are the things we need to look at. I believe emotional breakdown, lack, frustration, the unknown, abuse of power, inferiority, insecurity, disappointment, discouragement, weakness, unfaithful, and the influence of drugs, friends, and family, anger and abuse will cause violence and abuse in the family. Even within the people out there, I believe there are solutions to these issues in relationship. But first thing first, we all need to realize and admit that they have problem. There's a problem. We cannot shy away. We cannot deny it. And we need to seek for help. Could be professional counseling, pastoral counseling, prayer, support, deliverance, and then willing to help others to overcome also. With God, all things are possible, and there is nothing too difficult for God of the universe to do. So also, what are we saying about our faith, our beliefs, traditions, religion, tribes, friends, family, relatives, and people's opinion? How can this contribute and influence our love, relationship, marriage, and family? So this is the question I want to place in your heart today. And if you want to make a change as a great leader, as a scholar, as a change maker, these are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves. What about our faith? Because we all have different faith. What about our beliefs? So we need to accommodate and tolerate. We need to accept people the way they are. Because as they accepted you, they also need to accept you. So stress also is another one. We can be here all day talking about stress. Stress, poor stress management is a foundational cause of many anger problems. And individuals who have experienced trauma often have multiple layers of chronic sex and stress in their daily lives. So I won't be able to express all that because there's not enough time. But I think this is just for you to have a clue of what you need to work on to solve conflicts in the family or in your area of relationship. So overcome our emotions are by understanding, affirmation, prayers, meditation, and forgiveness. Still, maybe another time when I have that opportunity, I will be able to share and expand more on this. Remember, I am an inspirational speaker. I'm not a teacher. So maybe teachers can do the justice. Like if my mentor comes to this platform, he may be able to talk about all of this in depth. I'm talking about my mentor, Professor Charles. But let me just quickly give you the points. And then maybe next time when I come to this, or when any other opportunity comes for me, I can come back and expand. But have the point with you that to overcome our emotions, we need to understand, build our understanding skills by listening attentively, asking questions, and apprehend what they've said. You need to understand the situation. You need to understand the differences of people, man and a woman. You need to understand, how people behave, why they behave that way. Because sometimes it might not be the present situation that makes them to behave the same way. It might be what has been stored in their mindset or what they have experienced that they have not get rid of, or what they have experienced that is still hurting them, that just triggered on that day. Maybe the statement you just made in front of them, maybe they heard it many years ago and it has really destroyed their lives, and now comes to you that they are trying to build their relationship with, and then you make that nasty mistake again. That can trigger us, and then it makes them to remember the past, and they reacted on the past, not on the present. Prayers is needed. You can't build any relationship without you committing it into God's hand. Ask God for favor. Ask God for wisdom. Ask God for direction. Ask God to come into your relationship, your marriage, your home. Meditation. You need to meditate on good things. Meditate and forgive. Be willing to forgive and set yourself free. Like I said, I won't be able to talk about this more, but really, I've written a book which I introduced earlier on called The Love We Lost. So if you want to know more about forgiveness, that is the book to grab. So let's move on. So we need to renew our mind to be transformed from structure, mode, figures, culture, custom, and tradition. So maybe we have the mind of fixed, that we base everything we do on what we know that our parents, our forefathers have done. And sometimes some of them might be good, but might not be good enough. So to conform is to accommodate and coordinate a form, to integrate for a form and to yield to a form. Conform is an agreement to form. To conform is the opposite of transformation. We all need transformation in our relationship. It's very important. But what's called transformation? Transformation is just change. And it's every day. You are transforming your life, transforming your relationship, and transforming your profession. So to convert a form, change a form, remodel a form, and change to a new form. To construct a form and switch from a form is to know your identity and your purpose on earth. To know who you are. Very important. Because we need to be transforming, changing every day, getting better in our relationship. And now we are talking about how do we resolve conflicts? How do we deal with conflicts? How do we train our children when they face all these conflicts? Are we going to train our children, our youth, how to handle conflicts? Because if we don't help them, they will be stuck in the way and they will not know what to do. So if you change your mindset and you change your life, anything and anyone around you will change. Your transformation will influence others, said by Elizabeth Lucas. And it is time to operate by revelation or insight. Revelation is to live in the reality of tomorrow and now. Revelation exposes the invisible. Revelation can bypass times and seasons, but revelation preceded manifestation. For example, form is a system. We were born in a form, but we can break out of that form. And that is holding us. And the way we think is the way we operate. So we have to find a solution to how we can undo and solve conflicts in a relationship. So there are two, I've already said all this, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Two things in relationship: expectations and communication. When that expectation is not being met, it causes arguments and conflicts. When you don't communicate properly, it also leads to destruction in relationship. So what we expect from ourselves and the others involved in the relationship, how do we communicate this expectation, our feelings, opinions to the person in relationship? How does our personality type affect our expectation and methods of communication? Then the question is, does our personality's type affect who we are romantically attracted to? How does it affect who our friends are and who we work with the best? So, how can we prevent arguing so much? I have a lot. Let me see my time. I might not be able to finish it, but I can just run it quickly. How can we prevent arguing so much? Invite your partner to help you to both get the best out of it. You need to work together. It takes two to work it together. So to prevent it, you need to talk about it and see ways you can improve it. Give your partner plenty of time to express himself. When I'm talking about relationship, you can also use the same principle in other relationships, like professional relationship with your friends and others. Avoid interrupting at all costs. I am just working on that as well because it's not good. You need to allow the person to speak, finish, and then you can talk. So avoid interrupting at all costs. Interrupting your partner is sure to lead to an argument. I'm happy because we are really working on that, because it's a two to work together, and we are doing great in that area. So that's why I'm able to share with you now that you also can get better. Listen out for underlying emotional needs that haven't been met. When you've been married or in a relationship for some time, it's all too easy to lose sight of the fact that you both need to have your essential emotional needs met in balance. Okay. And so many, I'm not just gonna ask questions. Remember, listening does not imply that you are agreeing. Just be there, be in the presence and listen. Repeat what you've said so that you can get the right information and you can clarify it. Summarize to check that you have understood it, and ask how other solution will solve the problem with that argument. Like I've said before, ask and ensure that the person allows you to do the same. Offer solution that will prevent you arguing as a couple or even as any other person. Forgive, focus on the present, reason about the matter, because sometimes it is so easy to bring the past to the present, or to bring the past issues to exactly what is happening right here, right time, when you are with your spouse. So argument takes energy and time and are not worth your time and energy. So I just want you to know that. Tackle the unresolved conflicts using humor, the right way, lessen the burden of the conflicts. I think that's one of those things that we are enjoying as husband and wife, because sometimes we turn it to joke. Sometimes we laughed over it. We are not perfect. We are still working towards it. So keep the nerve system balanced, develop your creativity, and relax everyone involved. Laughter helps you survive the major setback. Involve yourself in activities you enjoy. Have fun together, because the life is too short. Enjoy where you are. Enjoy what you have, and enjoy who you are. So we've talked about all this. I'm not going to mention it again. Avoid calling names, communication, let go of the past, forgive, avoid physical violence, walk away from the tension. That is very important. Don't stay there and keep arguing that will escalate. Walk away from that environment for some time. Seek professional help. Avoid arguing in public. No stress, no provocation. Don't provoke yourself and don't provoke your spouse or your friend. Avoid blaming game. Oh yes, is it you? Is it not you? Is it me? No, blaming will not solve any problem. Take note what may trigger strong argument. Watch it, evaluate it, and be careful. Re-examine the situation, because you never know, you might be in the wrong side. It might be a place of improvement. Show gratitude and be thankful. Be honest to yourself and others. Very important. Learn, learn, learn. As you are learning on this platform of IIU, keep learning. You can never know it all. New ideas comes in every day. Keep learning. Keep joining all the programs, all the lessons, all the training. Keep learning. Let me quickly say this to every of my youth out there. Focus on learning than gathering certificates. Is very important. What you learn, the experience you gain, the wisdom you acquire will lead you to your future. Certificates can run out. Awards can run out. The reason why we give certificates and awards is an encouragement, it's a motivation, but don't base your activities on only the certificate. Be committed to building and developing your life. I just say I should add that to it quickly. So embrace failure. Know that no one is perfect. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Change your language. Seek for help when required. Ask questions for clarity and better understanding. Accept feedback and take action to improve. Keep going, focusing, moving. If you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. Just keep moving, keep progressing, and keep moving, keep focusing, and become unstoppable. Turn other critics to opportunity to improve. So let me add this one quickly and then I will stop. What are the top secrets of overcoming flesh and lust? Remember, I spoke about infidelity and I spoke about sex and other things. Communication is a problem, but we can solve it by sharing it within yourself. Talk about it. Whatever you talk about is halfway problem solved. Talk about it and then see a solution. Yes, it's vulnerable, but you can come out of it and be free. So be open to one another. Very important. Committed to your love and relationship. Control all the 5 senses. Look, hear, speak, touch, and feel. You have the power, ability to control that. Then decision making. Before action is decision making. So watch your decision. Watch the decision you are making. Discipline yourself. Yes, trials will come. Temptation will come. Test will come. But you can discipline yourself. If you want to improve your relationship, it all have to be discipline. Then determine that no matter the trials and tests and tribulations that will come your way, you will rise above it and overcome. So, finally, it takes courage to do something you know everyone won't love or appreciate. Because people will say, everyone is doing it anyway. No, not everyone. We still have so many people changing their lives, transforming their relationship every day. And they are standing out. They are distinguished and they separate themselves. It takes courage to keep going when people around you don't or can't understand you. Not everybody will understand you. So you have to be courageous to yourself in whatever you are doing, decisions you are making, and actions you are taking. It takes courage to look them in the eye and say what you think it is possible. Oh, yes. You have to stand on your belief, on your faith. You have to stand. You don't have to be afraid of anybody to speak, to say what you know, do what you know, and express yourself in the society. Stand out of the crowd. Be yourself and be the best of you. Finally, I'll take the scriptures to end of this program, this section. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honorable, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things and renew your mindset for transformation in relationship. And relationship matters. So once again, I want to appreciate for this opportunity to share, teach, and speak and on this relationship mindset series. I look forward to continue tomorrow at the same time on the same platform of International Intensive University. Thank you, sir, so much. Sir Pius Pandit, the founder and president of International Intensive University. Thank you for this great vision of yours, for bringing us together to learn, to teach, to share, and also to become better of who we are. I also want to express my gratitude to the co-founders and the vice chancellors and all the board members, the ambassadors, the scholars, the educators, the distinguished administrators and team, great team, and general secretary. Thank you for the hard works you are doing to make IIU a better place to work, to learn, to grow, to become better, and to share. And to all our participants, our change makers, our learners, including me, because if I'm not teaching, I'm always on the platform learning, who have waited patiently to listen and to learn from me today. I'll say thank you. I'm Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu. Yes, you can. Hang on a minute. Before you go, I have a gift for you. I'm not going to say much about it, but this is one of the things that you can use to help you in your emotions, in your relationship, to solve your conflicts, problem in relationship. And that is affirmation. You can say it to yourself, repeat it all the time. And in the next few weeks or months, you will see transformation in your lives. So yes, I can do it. I can achieve it. I can complete it. I can be perfect. I can become, have my own babies. You know, so many. So I've got 3 slides that I will show it. So when you are reading or watching this again, then you can get the free from me and start saying, copy as many as you want to copy. I've got 3 slides from that. So you can copy it and then you can get better. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for willingness to want to learn. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day. See you the same time tomorrow, where we all discuss about how we can balance our relationship, how we can balance our work, our business, and our career with the relationship, because relationship is the best for every one of us to be successful in life. Thank you, and God bless.